Welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Out in the shop still today. Got quite a few things going on today. And as you can see, the Death Trap ZeroTurn is back in here. Reason being is because the other day while I was out cleaning up the mess in the yard, we were just about done when it stopped pulling all of a sudden. And I pretty well knew right off the bat that either the drive belt broke or the tensioner spring had broke. And lo and behold, tensioner spring. And I've had this happen before. So I ended up cobbling it back together with some baling wire just to get the job done. Got it back together, finished out what I was doing, and it ended up breaking right as I was pulling back up to the garage. So got to looking around. I've replaced this spring before, and that little spring right there, just the spring, is now 55 or 56 bucks, and nowhere has one in stock. Whereas this spring is a hardware store special. As you can tell, the coils are a little smaller, not by much, but length is going to be an issue. This spring right here was $5.35 in the hardware store, and they keep these in stock because they're used for everything. So in not so grand fashion, we're going to cobble something together and make the cheap one work, because I'm not putting another $55 spring on a $100 lawnmower. So let's get at it. So how this setup works, one end of this hooks onto a stud on the tensioner, the other end hooks onto a stud on the body itself, and this spring keeps the drive belt, the main drive belt that runs the hydrostats, under tension. So as you can see, the spring portion of this is pretty well the same, but the ears on the end aren't going to cut it. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do is cut a couple small pieces off this 2-inch bar stock, drill a couple of holes, and make an adapter basically for this spring here. Should be pretty straightforward, so let's see what we can do. So here's what we've got going on. Took the little spacer, nut, and retaining washer off the tensioner under the mower. And I'm going to replace this with this plate. So I'm going to drill a hole here. That is basically the same size as the through hole on this spacer. Through one side of the plate, smaller hole through the other side for our new spring to hook onto, and that should be it. We'll make up 2 of them, and should be pretty straightforward to get it back together, but we'll see. And there we go. Now, I may have to shorten them up a little bit. Not sure yet, but I'm gonna go on and bolt it on and see if it gives that belt enough tension to drive. If not, we'll either shorten it up and utilize the factory pins, or what I've thought about doing is actually welding a bolt to the frame side end and drilling a new hole back through this plate. That way it is fully adjustable and we can adjust the tension anytime we need to. But yeah, I'll bolt it on and see how it does. Not sure if you'll be able to see it, but this is the tensioner in question. I'll see if I can get you up here a little closer. Kind of see the stud hanging off the bottom of it right there. That is where the original spring hooks up to. So in this case, we're going to have this little guy slide on like so, if you can see it. And I'll put the nut and washer back on it, and that'll give us a place to hook up our standard hardware store spring. Okay, we've got my little homebrew adapter and our hardware store spring in place. And not sure if you can see that stud back in the back, but that is where the other end of the spring needs to hook up to. So we'll see if we'll get enough tension out of it. If not, we'll remove that stud altogether and drill a hole, make an adjustable tensioner out of it. Well, there we go. No more high dollar tension springs and plenty of tension on the drive belt. So I'll get the get it down off the jack stands, get the deck put back on it, and see if it moves. And we are running again. So yeah, $5 and 20 minutes of my time with a little bit of scrap metal and a drill. That certainly beats 55 every year or two when that spring breaks. Now I can run down to the hardware store, pick up a spring for $5 or $6 anytime, or heck, I can just grab a couple and keep them on the shelf. But hey, we are fixed and going again. Well, I've got a pretty good mess to clean up in here, and I've got to get the little Zuki pulled back in because I've got work to do on it. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up here. If you got any comments, questions, complaints, drop them in the comment section below. I try to answer those as quickly as I can. If you want to support the channel, we got a PayPal account set up. It's in the description of the video. Super thanks is Super Thanks is enabled as well, so you can go that route if you'd like. We've got our merch and our Black Diesel gear all up on the website, www.notsograndgarage.com. If you would, hit that like button, because it really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.